Hi there, this is Carrie from Stamp with CT. Hold on for just a moment while I adjust things a little bit. Sorry about that. Good morning. It is Wednesday. It is the 11th of January, 2023. And I'm excited to be here with you today to make a project or two or three. We're doing something super simple today that I think you're going to love. I'm trying to make sure that we are adjusted here, and I think that's pretty good. So that easy button that I found on Facebook to go live, I can't find it. I know that surprises y'all, right? So we are just going with it. Hope you're doing well. If you're watching the replay, thank you for being here. I love you, replay crew. And if you are watching live, love you too. Thank you for being here. I hope that you get inspired a little bit this morning. That is always my goal, to share some crafty fun with you, connect a little bit. So if you're able to hop in live, I hope you'll say hello. And we are going to get started. Yeah, I'm just trying to make sure it is not wanting to show me what I need to see. But that's okay. We're going to just go with it. So welcome to our Facebook Live. It is a new catalog time, and I can finally show you the inside of our gorgeous mini catalog for January to April. And if you do not have a copy of this catalog, you just let me know because I can get you one. And one of the very first suites that is featured in this catalog, so down to page 8 and 9, is one called Country Floral Lane. And it is an amazing Valentine suite. Lots of goodness for Valentine projects, but beyond Valentine's Day. Really fun paper, really fun stamp set with a coordinating punch. So don't forget, if you fall in love with this entire suite of products, there is an easy button, and you just put in one item code, and you get one of each of the items in the suite, or you can purchase just the bundle or just the components that you love. But we're going to take a look at them right quick, and I'll show you what we're using today to create a couple of projects. And then I kind of have a bonus celebration project for you as well. So let's start with the bundle. You can see this is an adorable stamp set, and it has lots of hearts and flowers and really cute sentiments. And the coordinating punch is lots of fun as well. Now, if you'll take a look at this stamp here, you'll see that those two hearts are together. I did a little stamp surgery and I cut my hearts apart, but if you leave them together, you can punch them both at the same time. This also lines up with a piece of the designer series paper, and we'll be using this today. But here you see the two hearts in the leaves, and so this perfectly coordinates with this sheet of designer series paper, so you can see lots of hearts that you can punch out. So a really, really cute stamp punch bundle. There's a fabulous ribbon combo pack with a linen that has stitching on it and then real red. And I need this for something, so I'm not opening this. I've used up already 2 bolts of the real red. We're going to use the linen today for our project. Really fun. There are some adhesive back sequins, and what's great is you get 2 sheets of these sequins in the package, and they're lovely with the gold, pink, and blue. But I decided that I want to use iridescent rhinestones on the project today, but you could certainly use these as well. This, to me, is a great value because look at all those fabulous sparkly sequins. There's 2 designer series papers in this suite. You have the gingham, which how fun is this? 6x6 paper stack. And you get 8 sheets of each of these designs. And then I'll turn it over so you can see the back as well. So balmy blue and mint macaron, sweet sorbet, and petal pink. So pretty and lots of fun. And then we also have the Country Floral Lane Designer Series paper. So let's take a look at this 12 by 12. I don't think I've shown it to you before. I can't remember. Really, really cute. And this is where I say it extends beyond Valentine's Day. I think it's just adorable. You could make some birthday cards with this paper as well. Fun for spring. Here is that sheet that coordinates with the punch. And again, just really cute. I love the balmy blue and mint macaron in this paper. Unexpected colors in a Valentine paper. Now your B side also is going to help extend this paper beyond Valentine's Day. So really, really cute paper. Isn't that adorable? Just love the colors. So much fun. So that is the Country Floral Lane Designer Series paper. Now let me move a couple things out of the way and we're going to go ahead and start our stamping. I'm going to hold on to this because I will need it. I set up everything a little bit differently today, so I'm trying to make sure that I have all of my products. What have I done? I've got things out of order. Give me just one moment. Okay, now I think we're good. So we are starting with a balmy blue card base, and it is cut at 8.5 by 5.5. It's scored at 4 1/4. So let's go ahead and burnish that fold line. And then I've got just a panel of balmy blue, and we're going to layer that tone on tone. And this is cut at 5 1/4 by 4 inches, but we're going to do a little stamping on this. And this is our inside panel, so we may adhere that in just a moment. Got a couple pieces of Designer Series paper. And I'm trying to remember my measurements. I may have to grab my trimmer or I'll post them for you. When we get done with the video, I can go in and edit the description. So we're just going to use some of this super cute Designer Series paper and we're going to layer it here. And then of course I have the piece that I'm going to punch out. So let's go ahead and do that. Get that part done. And I just cut a little scrap of that Designer Series paper because I've already punched out quite a few of these little hearts, making swaps and other samples. My launch party for this catalog is going to be the 21st of January. It's not this Saturday, but next. And the deadline to register for that was Tuesday. But if by chance you missed it and you would like to attend either virtually or in person, all you need to do is message me, but you have to do it this morning so I can add you. Let me get just a few little pieces out of the way that we don't need. Okay, let's go ahead and adhere our inside panel with some liquid glue. And this piece of white is just 5 1/4 by 4 inches. And even though this balmy blue is light enough that we could write on it, write our message, I still like to put that inside panel and finish my cards off like that. I just think it looks nice. But that's up to you if you want to do that. Now, what I want to do in the stamp set, there's some cute little stamps that are kind of accents, some hearts, like one is an outline, one is filled in, and you can use those together if you want to. But I'm just going to use the outline heart. And I want to do a little bit of stamping on the edge. Let me find that stamp. Where did I put it? There it is. And we'll grab our piercing mat. So I've kind of got my placement of where this is going to go. And I thought it would be fun to maybe put some hearts down the side or in the corner. That's what we're going to do. And for this one, I think I'm just going to do that in Balmy Blue. Do that tone-on-tone stamping. So we will ink that up. And I can actually just come under here and kind of move my Designer Series paper a bit. And do my stamping that way. I may just do it in either corner. So of course I could just move the Designer Series paper out of the way, but this kind of helps me to get my placement. And that's all I want to do, just a little bit of an accent there. I saw someone do that when we went to On Stage, and I thought that was just so cute. Just gives it a little bit more. So let's add our Designer Series papers now. I'm pretty sure this one is 3 3/4 by 3 1/2, and this is the piece of gingham. So you can see that stamping is not going to show a lot, but you know, thought it looked cute. And then this piece is the Country Floral Lane, and it's 4 1/4 by 3. So we can add that now. So, you know, just a little bit of that gingham shows. And if you wanted to, you could just cut strips if you wanted to conserve your Designer Series paper a bit. Now, I also think it looks kind of whimsical if everything's not perfectly straight, and it's not, but I like that. Now, I've just cut a couple of pieces of petal pink cardstock, just some scrap, and we'll come in, and I think I just had a couple, so, you know, just in case, because I don't stamp perfectly every time, especially when there's a video camera going. So let's ink up our Happy Valentine's Day stamp, and this is a really cute little font. Of course, I have my camera up above, but I think we're going to go with it. It's not too bad. Pretty happy with that. Put my stamp over on my chamois. And this is Sweet Sorbet. I don't think I said that. I don't use Sweet Sorbet a lot, so I'm super excited to have the opportunity to do that. It's really cute. Just bring in my paper trimmer really quick. I could just snip this off, but we'll use our paper trimmer to get rid of that little edge. Love my paper trimmer. And I'm just going to come across with this little sentiment and then bring my heart. I've got a little glue on my finger apparently. Bring my heart over here. So super, super simple. But I thought that was fun. Just really kind of letting the Designer Series paper be the start of the show here. Oh, that's not, that's Designer Series paper scrap that I used. That's even better, isn't it? Let's not put it on upside down, Carrie. So we're going to pop our Happy Valentine's Day on. Oops. Let's try that again. A little bit more glue. Pop this on the front, and I may even let that kind of come over to the edge a bit. Whatever you like. And we're actually going to use this layout for a couple more cards today. Just thought that would be super fun. I want to bring my heart up just a little bit, and then I thought about bringing in some of the the linen ribbon, and it is really pretty, you guys. I'm going to bring that to the camera to see if that will show. It has stitching on either side. It is a little bit wider ribbon, so I don't know. I may just try to kind of swoosh this underneath my heart a bit. Not sure which way I want to go with this. Maybe so. Let's grab some Stampin' Seal Plus. Put just a little bit right there. And see if I can't kind of swoosh this ribbon. And I do want to trim the end of it. It's a little bit frayed. Oops. I want to kind of swoosh this ribbon back behind my heart. I think I'm going to like that. And that will just give it a little bit of texture. It's something a little bit different. Straighten my Happy Valentine's Day up a bit. Now, we can come in here and add our heart. So a lot of my ribbon's not going to show, but that's okay. It still gives it a little bit of texture back behind there and a little bit different color. We will use some dimensionals on our heart, of course. I'll tell you, the next card, I've done a little work ahead of time, so that will move us along a bit. And the last card is super, super simple. Yeah, just a little peak of ribbon back behind there. That looks cute. Put that Stampin' Seal Plus away. And now we can either just adhere this down, or we could use dimensionals again. So let's use dimensionals. We'll add one on each corner, a couple in the middle, and that should be good. And this little card will be done. We'll just add some embellishments. Y'all know I love the iridescent rhinestones. They just make me so happy. So as I said, we could certainly use those cute sequins, but I want to use iridescent rhinestones. So a little non-traditional as far as the colors, right? But super cute. And I do like to use my, leave my embellishments in a clear envelope. That just is a great way for me to store them in a box. And I can see my embellishments. Let's go right here with this larger rhinestone. But I can see my embellishments that way, and yet they're protected when they're in the box with other embellishments. See if I can't pick up one of the smaller ones. It's not wanting to cooperate. And I'm just going to sprinkle a couple of those on those smaller ones. Whoops. And that, there he is, will finish up this project for us. Y'all let me know what you think about our first card. I like it. I think it's super cute. And it's a great layout, isn't it? Having two designer series papers, you could use A and B side of your paper, or you could do what I did and use two different papers. So let's create another one. And this time, like I said, I've done a little bit of prep ahead of time. just to help conserve a little bit of time. I know I try to keep these videos to about 30 minutes. That doesn't always happen, but alrighty, so we will be doing basically the same layout. So you've got those same pieces, and then we'll just decorate it a little bit differently. We'll do one landscape, one portrait, so you can see that you can use this layout either way. And I'm using way too much glue, y'all. I need to scale it back before I end up with it everywhere. So our liquid glue is a super strong adhesive. I don't need that much glue. I need to edit myself, don't I? Okay. So this time we're going to orient it differently, but we've got those same pieces as far as designer series paper. And we can, again, use this little stamp to add some interest with our heart. And this time I think we'll use Sweet Sorbet and do some tone on tone. Probably didn't bring that down far enough. We'll do 3 down here, just to give it a little bit of interest. I like that. And I've done my stamping of my sentiment. And I actually stamped the Happy Valentine's Day on some mint macaron cardstock. So we're just ready to put this one together. I just like to, you know, do a layout with, oh, I like that better. Yeah, we're going to go with that. Look at that changing in the middle of the, well, I don't know. I don't know. Oh, such decisions. Nope, we're going to go with this. I probably should have let y'all vote. But we're going to go with this. I like that. Sweet Sorbet. It reminds me of a color. When I first started as a Stampin' Up! Demonstrator, there was a color called Strawberry Slush, which I was so in love with. It was the best. And so this reminds me of Strawberry Slush. And that reminds me that as of, I believe it's the 16th of February, I will have been a Stampin' Up! Demonstrator for 10 years, y'all. I'll be celebrating my 10-year Stampiversary. And I'm super excited about that. We will have to do something special. We'll have to have something special to help celebrate. That, to me, is quite a journey that's reflected in those 10 years. I may do a special video where I kind of tell you how everything happened. Let's see. Maybe we'll turn this. I think I like this. It's coming together. It's a little different than what I planned, but that's okay. We can change our mind, right? Let's just pop this on right about here. Just kind of make sure. Y'all may hear Oliver shaking and walking around. He's being silly this morning, as usual. He thinks there's something in my closet, and there's not anything for him anyway. And then we're going to add a piece of that ribbon across here. If I can find my snips, I just had them. So let's see. We're just going to probably right about there. Cut this. And this is a ribbon that will fray a bit at the ends. I don't mind that look to it, but if you don't want it to fray, if you want it to stay, don't forget that you can take your Wink of Stella and just brush the end of that ribbon, and that Wink of Stella will keep it from fraying. It really, really works, you guys. Just put a little Stampin' Seal Plus here so that I can add my ribbon right across there. So don't forget that little tip because it really does work and it's awesome. And I think I learned that from my friend Janet Wakeland a couple years ago. Okay, now we're going to be able to, I don't know how straight all of this is. Not looking so straight, is it? Maybe that helped. And then I'm just going to pop on our Happy Valentine's Day with a couple of dimensionals. And this is just a little 1/2-inch piece of mint macaron. It's a scrap. But that Happy Valentine's Day fits really well in a 1/2-inch strip. I think it's a pretty font as well. And we'll just come right across there. Just layering the textures, really fun. And then I did punch and cut out, or punch out, stamped and punched out this little heart, and I think I am going to add it right down here with a little rhinestone. And probably the best way to add it will be with a glue dot, so that will give it just a tiny bit of lift, but not as much as a dimensional. Oops. Not as much as a dimensional, but not just flat on my card. Yeah, I think I want it right about down there. And then we can always come in and add a rhinestone. Of course, we can add a rhinestone. Right there. And let me pop my embellishments back in that clear envelope. I just find that they don't rub against things, and it just like storing them that way. You can also cut the side of the clear envelope that the embellishment comes in and just slide them out the side versus opening the top of the package. Helps protect those embellishments inside. Okay. And then I'm going to have one more project for you. So it's using Dandy Designs Designer Series paper, which is a free celebration reward that you can choose with a $100 purchase now through the end of February. So I wanted to feature it as well. It's one of those packages that has 48 sheets. Oh, it's adorable. I love it. Oh, I lost my rhinestone somewhere. We'll put another one on right quick. I lost him. Press it down better this time. It may be the one right here. Okay, so there's our second Valentine. Y'all let me know what you think. I think it turned out super cute. So we've got two Valentines now using the Country Floral Lane. I'm going to move this rhinestone up a bit. Country Floral Lane Suite. Isn't it adorable, you guys? Oh, I love it so much. And then let's use just some very basic supplies for this card. This is a thick, basic white cardstock base. Same measurements as I typically use, 8.5 by 5.5 and scored at 4 1/4. So we will burnish that score line. I've taken to burnishing the cut edge of my cardstock as well. That just smooths down those fibers from cutting it, and I like that. So this time we are using this Dandy Designs paper, and it is super cute. I think I have pulled, yes I did. I pulled this out so you could see, and I'll quickly go through this paper because there is 48 sheets in this package of paper. And again, you can get it free with a $100 purchase during celebration. So 48 sheets of 12 by 12 designer series paper. How can you go wrong? And it's really, really pretty. Fun, bright designs. Awesome. I may have pulled doubles. I'm just wanting to show you quickly what this paper pack looks like. And so you can choose this as your gift with purchase during celebration, so through the end of February. So pretty, very, very springy. Lots of options with this paper. It just makes me happy. Nice and bright and fun. So I chose some of the balmy blue paper to create our other card. There it is. And so we will use that very same layout. And I don't know, I don't think I'm going to add the stamping this time. I think I'm just going to adhere this down real quick so you can see I'm using the A and B side of this cute little paper. It's darling. And again, if it's not perfectly straight, a little bit of whimsy to it. So that's okay. It's not perfect, it's handmade. I just love this pattern. It's cute. So we'll get that all lined up. Now, I'm just going to bring in a scrap of cardstock. And I have a sentiment that I pulled from that stamp set. And let's see, I have my balmy blue ink here. We are just going to kind of go with kind of a monochromatic theme. And I'll probably turn it, I better turn it this way. Try to get that somewhat in the middle. Super cute sentiment. And then I'm going to bring in my postage stamp punch. And let's see if this will line up. May have to trim the edge just a tiny bit. Let me try that one more time to kind of get my placement. Maybe not. Maybe not. That should be pretty good. So this little postage stamp punch, I haven't used it in a while, but it is a great one. It comes from our annual catalog. Punch that right out. And now I've got my cute little sentiment that I'm going to add. And this time you'll notice that I put it directly on the card base. So lots of options. We've got options, right? And I'm going to use dimensionals to pop up my sentiment. Again, this one is super duper simple, but just to show you with a different paper. So if you're not a Valentine person and you want to do something a little bit different, this will work with any designer series papers that you have. I'm going to pop it over here. And I may even do it a little bit wonky on purpose. Again, making it whimsical. And we have a balmy blue ribbon, and I forgot to look. This could have retired. I haven't pulled all of my retired product yet, but this balmy blue and white ribbon makes me happy. I'll have to double check. But it is single-sided. So let's talk a little bit about tying this bow. I'm going to twist my ribbon as I come around and then twist it again as I pull it through so that I get the side that I want on my bow. And so this ribbon is pretty easy to work with. And you'll see now I've got the back side of this, but all I have to do is twist it and I'm good. So I'm going to pull my tails together. That's another little trick I like to do so that when I cut them at the same time, they are the same length. Works for me. And that may be a little bit too long. I need to twist him again. And we'll use a glue dot so that he stays put the way I want him to be, so that my balmy blue shows. And we're just going to come over here. I think I'm going to trim my tails a little bit more. That's a bit too long for this card. I've got little bits and pieces everywhere. Sorry, y'all. And you know, the key I think to bows is you just keep working with it, keep zhuzhing it till you get it how you want it. I know a lot of people struggle with making bows, and you just keep working with it. Show it who's boss, right? So we're going to go ahead and put this down. Again, I'll grab a glue dot, or maybe even two. And I'm going to put this right up here, the top of my sentiment. And that ribbon is not wanting to cooperate, but I can take another glue dot on my Take Your Pick tool, on the end of my Take Your Pick, and pop it underneath there to keep it in place. And that will work. Now I think we can of course add a rhinestone or two. Maybe a couple. And one more up at this other corner to finish that off. So then here is one with our Dandy Designs Designer Series paper. Same basic layout, lots and lots of fun. So there's our 3 projects for today. I hope that this inspires you. Last week, I got a lot of feedback about the layout that we used, and I saw several people created the project. I got a couple of pictures, got to see one in person that someone created. So if you do decide to use the layout or the products that I use in my videos, I love to see those pictures. So definitely send them to me. Let me move this stuff out of the way for just a second. And I got one piece of Happy Mail last week. And it is not a handmade card, but it is a super cute little thank you card from a wedding gift. And I like this because couldn't we do this very same thing with a sponge dauber? This has some sparkle and glitter to it, but you could use your sponge dauber to make your own background. Or you could even use Versamark ink and add some embossing powder and emboss the front of a card. That's a great idea. So I thought that was super, super cute. Our winner from last week's giveaway is Cookie Sheldon. So Cookie, if you will send me your address, I will get those cute little embellishments in the mail to you. And Cookie did leave a comment last week, had lots of shares of my video, lots of comments, thumbs up and hearts, and I so appreciate you guys. Also got a message last week from Facebook that I had 1,600 reactions to my posts in the last 30 days. So I really appreciate that, you guys. Y'all are bumping us up in the algorithm so that more people get to see our crafting videos, and I certainly appreciate that. So the giveaway for this week, and all you have to do is share my video and comment that you shared it, or you can give me a thumbs up or heart, or you can leave a comment, and I will put you in the drawing for this polished pink open weave ribbon. One of my favorite ribbons is this open weave ribbon, and polished pink is a fun color. So that's our giveaway for next week, and I will be back to see you again next Wednesday at 10 a.m. Don't forget, if you want to be part of my launch party on the 21st, you just have to message me right away as soon as this video is over. Also, we've closed our first paper share and ribbon share from this new mini catalog, but if you would still like to be part of that, I do think I'm going to do a round 2. I have some interest, so we will do that as well. What that is basically I order all of the papers, the new designer papers or ribbons in the new catalog. 4 people share those packages. So if the paper is 12 by 12, they get a 6 by 12 piece of each of the designs. And if it's 6 by 6, they get 2 sheets of each of the design. So it's a great way to get your hands on a sampling of the new product and use it, and then you can order what you fall in love with. But it gives you a chance to see that paper in person. Catalog just does not do it justice. It's so different in person. And same thing with the ribbons. We do that with the ribbons. You get 2.5 yards of each of the new ribbons. So let me know if you're interested in that as well. And I'll have a new post about that coming out soon for round 2. Okay, Oliver gets his treat when we're done with our video. So we will see you guys next Wednesday at 10 a.m. Thank you.